Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Welcome guys to African Dawah Revival. So today guys, I'm going to be showing you in the context of Ali Dawah and all of that, I'm responding to this individual capturing Christianity. And I want to show him some problems that the contingency argument has for the Christian theology. So stay tuned guys. At the end of this video, you'll see how the contingency argument is actually problematic for the Christians. Okay, so stay tuned. Let's roll the intro.
ولا تدع مع الله إلها آخر لا إله إلا هو كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه له الحكم وإليه ترجعون.
Okay guys, so contingency, that's what we're going to be talking about today. What does it mean? What does it mean to be contingent? What is a contingent being? What is a necessary being? So to give you guys some context of what's going on, so recently Ali Dawah, he had a discussion with a Christian, with an atheist, okay, and they were talking about contingency. So this after the debate wasn't that it wasn't like a debate, it was like a talk, and it wasn't that good, and I think it was problematic anyway. But Ali is not like an expert; he never claimed to be, but he understands it to the level that is good enough. So this individual tried to help. He said he's trying to help Ali Dawah, but really, but my own point is not even about all of that. I just want to show you some things that a lot of Christians overlook. And when you use the contingency argument, why do we even use it in the first place? Okay. So I'm going to tell you why we use the contingency argument. And I'm going to show you why, if we actually stick to the contingency, the rule that we apply is going to affect Christian theology, to be specific, the Trinity. Okay. So they were talking about the incarnation, like Alida was talking about incarnation. And I think Brother Jake already offered to like discuss some of these things with capturing Christianity. But me today, I just want to show you why contingency argument. Christians should just use it as if they have some, I'll show you the problems with it. Okay, so a contingent being, okay, means it is defined in many ways. Okay, but one of these ways is that a contingent being is a being whose cause lies outside of itself. Okay, the explanation of that being is outside of itself. Okay, that is a contingent being. Then a necessary being will be opposite, meaning it's self-explanatory. His existence is self-explanatory. He doesn't lie outside of himself. Okay, that is a necessary being, and then a contingent being. Okay, some people would go and start talking about that a contingent being could fail to exist, and a necessary being is necessarily existing in any possible world. Okay, in all possible world. Okay, but me, I'm not even going to talk about that part. The one that I'm focusing on is that a contingent being has a cause outside of himself. And that's why we use it most of the time in the Trinity. When we are talking to the atheists, we are trying to show the atheists that, see, I'm contingent on my parents. My parents are contingent on their own parents. And then we go and then we enter the universe and we're like, the whole thing is contingent. There has to be a stopping point. We are looking for the most fundamental being that cannot have a cause. That's how most people use these arguments of infinite regress and stuff. If we are going back and we're saying, see, this guy is contingent on this guy, therefore he's not God. Okay, that's the logic. Okay, so we are trying to go as back as possible to find the necessary being that started all of this, whose explanation is in and of himself, not someone else. Okay, now if you are familiar with the doctrine of the Trinity, you have a doctrine where you have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay, but there's something else. It's not just the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Even by the terms used, you should be able to see, like, okay, if me as a son of my parents, I'm contingent on my parents, okay, isn't the son contingent on the father? Just like that? Yeah, it is. And while he was responding to Alidawa on the incarnation, he brought a book, Concilia, I think Concilia something about this book I've heard about, I've seen it, I've listened to this before on one podcast about, and Dr. Timothy Paul, yeah, he's a Catholic, so he respect the councils, all those councils, all the church fathers, all what they're saying. So I'm going to be showing you church fathers, what they say about the son, okay, about his begetting, So let me just tell you what the Trinity is real quick. So you have three persons and one being, Okay, but that's one side of it. The other side is that the Father is the one that begets the Son. Okay, not the other way around. And the Holy Spirit is spirited by the Father, or by the Son and the Father, or by the Son. Or but why would you even be arguing about the filioque that the Catholics and the Eastern Orthodox, they are different among themselves? Like, wait, is it what's it called? Is it the Son that spirits the Holy Spirit, or is it the Father and the Son that spirit the Holy Spirit? At the end of this video, you see why they're arguing all of this, okay? And I'm going to show you why. I don't think they really understood at that time. Now a lot of we have too many atheists, and we are trying to talk to the atheists. So we use the contingency argument a lot these days. So I believe at that time they didn't need to do that. They just needed to state that, see, the Son has the same nature as the Father, and that's all. That's what they needed to say. They didn't think about contingency. But now people are thinking about it. And to be fair, they actually thought about it, but they didn't see it as a problem. They didn't see contingency as a problem. See, you can be contingent as long as you have that nature, you're still okay. That's what they cared about. Do you have the nature or not? The general essence of divinity, do you have it or not? Okay. Once you have it, that's it. But we have a criteria this day that, see, any contingent being that has a cause of his existence outside of himself cannot be God. Okay, that's what we believe, and we'll show you why from the church fathers. Okay, so let's go. Let me share my screen. Sorry, a moment. Okay. Okay, so we can see this. So this is one of the church fathers. Look at what he said. He said, "That which is from such a cause is not inferior to that which has no cause, for it to share the glory of the unoriginate, because it is from the unoriginate." He's trying to tell you that, see, the Son is equal to the Father. By the way, the church fathers, they always say, see, the Son and the Father, they are equal. Equal in what? Equal in nature, okay? Not equal in origination, okay? Look at what he's saying. He said, that which is from such a cause. Who is from the cause? The Son is not inferior to that which has no cause. Which one has no cause? The Father. Do you see? That's what I wanted to show. That's the whole point of this video. To show you that, see, the church fathers had admitted that, see, the Son is caused, the Father has no cause. Okay? They unequivocally, how do I say this? They clearly stated this. I don't know what is more contingent than this. They said that which is from such a cause, the Son, is not inferior. They are talking about nature here. But we just want to take the contingency part. We just want to see, is the Son contingent or not? Yes, it's contingent. Game over. We don't believe in anything that is contingent. We believe in a necessary being. Okay. So if you think about it, a contingent being is not fundamental, while a necessary being is fundamental. You cannot go further back. There is the ground of everything else. It grounds everything else that exists. Okay. He has no ground outside of himself. That is a necessary being. The Son is already caused to exist. And by the way, you might see this page that I'm on. This is William Lane Craig. He denied this. There are people that have denied this doctrine of the Son coming from the Father. They are denying it. They are saying, see, the Son exists eternally on his own. Okay? Whether we should call him Son anymore, they don't agree. Some of them have even said, see, he wasn't the Son, he was just the Logos. He wasn't anybody's Son. The Son is about the incarnation. But the church fathers didn't say that. The church fathers said the Son is from the cause, is begotten by the Father, the only begotten Son. People like William and Craig, they will say is the only unique Son. Okay? But even the Son part, they will remove it because they would just want to say is the Logos. But just pay attention to what I just showed you. The Son is from a cause. Which cause? From the Father. What is the definition of a contingent being? Contingent being is a being that has a cause outside of himself. What is the cause of the Son? The Father. What is the cause of the Father? No cause. The Father is fundamental. The Son is not. That's what we needed to see. Let me just show you another part. Okay. Okay. This one is even much more clear. See, Hilary, one of the church fathers, or he said this. He is not the source of his own being. Okay? He is not the source of his own being. Tell me what's more contingent than this. Okay? You are not the source of your own being. and you have something else or someone else as the ground of your existence. That's contingent. There's nothing more contingent than that. Just like me, I'm not the source of my own being. I'm contingent on my parents or anything likewise. Anything that is contingent cannot be God by definition. Okay, that's why people like William Lane Craig, they are denying this. Let's see another one. There's another one I saw somewhere. I think Athanasius. Athanasius also said something about this. That the Son, you see, the Son draws his existence through birth. But I'm trying to find the Athanasius one. Wait, okay, I found it. Okay, just right. So Athanasius quotes approvingly Dionysius' affirmation that the Son has his being not of himself, but of the Father. Bro, tell me what's more contingent than a being that is not the that doesn't have his own being in and of himself, but of another. See, he said the Son has his being not of himself, but of the Father. Contingent, contingent. Therefore, let's now this will be the consequence now. Okay. I think that's all I needed to show in this video, to just show you why it shouldn't even be used on the incarnation. It should be used on the Trinity. Because when we talk to the atheist guy, we tell the atheist, see, we are all contingent beings, or everything in this universe has explanation outside of himself. And we make that clear to them. So now, if you are telling me that you have some kind of explanation of contingency, look at contingency here. If I'm dependent on my father, on my parents, and we go back, when we get to the Trinity, we find that there's still contingency there until we reach the Father. The Father is unoriginate, the Son is originate, the Holy Spirit is originate. Okay? Like, think about it. Why would you be discussing is the Holy Spirit from the Son, or the Holy Spirit is from the Father? If they are unoriginate, they are definitely originate. Therefore, they are contingent. Anything that is contingent is not God. That's what I wanted to show in this video. So I hope you can send this video to this capturing Christianity. What does he think about this? Does he hold to the councils? Since he held to the council, he's reading like a Catholic position on the incarnation. Is he going to hold on to the church fathers on the doctrine of the Trinity like this? That the Son is eternally begotten, that is eternally subordinate to the Father, eternally contingent on the Father. See, so that's what I wanted to show in this video. Share this video, like, subscribe, and I hope you learned something. Next video, we are going to talk about something else. So I think no one is watching right now, so let's just end the stream. So assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.